Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Palmer McIntyre. I'm with the Great Trail State Coalition. We've got Julie Judkins with us. She's a coordinator for the Great Trail State Coalition. And I am thrilled to introduce to you our program today. It's with Nina Machnowski. She is our social media content provider with the Backslope for the Great Trails NC channels, and she's been doing this work since Year of the Trail. So she's a whiz at it, and she does amazing work. And today she's going to talk about all things Great Trail State Day because that is coming up, and it's a big deal this year because we started it in 2023 during Year of the Trail. And then we continued it last year in 2024, but Hurricane Helene hit us right before it was Great Trail State Day, so it felt really different last year. And then it was actually formalized in the Farm Bill last year, which is a big deal because the state doesn't like to do days. So we are thrilled to have this day codified in legislation that it is a day for North Carolina trails. So Nina's got lots of resources and tricks and tools for you to help you celebrate trails in your community to the maximum extent possible. But I just want to share a few slides real quick with you all and just share a little bit of information about the Great Trails State Coalition. Most of y'all know some of this, but here we go. So the coalition, as you know, was formed about 5 years ago, and our work is to secure sustained state funding for trails. That is the work we are focused on doing. We do that through advocacy work, and our membership support this work, want to recognize the members we have for the coalition. We've been growing. Actually, I think that number is probably more like 130 now. In orange, we have some new members, and we're getting new members every day. So this list probably isn't totally up to date, but just want to emphasize how critical membership support is for the coalition, and thank those of you on this call who are members. We really appreciate it. It allows us to do that work. And that advocacy work led to the $25 million Great Trail State program. And those awards were just announced this summer. And there are 79 projects now across North Carolina that are being advanced with this incredible investment by the state. And our goal is to see this program funded again and again and again, recurring. But right now, we just had one-time funding, and these projects have been announced. So we look forward to seeing about the impact, seeing these projects come to fruition, and really delivering impact across communities of all sizes across the state. We do have an interactive map on our website that shows more details about these projects, where they're located, what type of project they are, and who's responsible or who the partner is. So it just another note, we do have more of these webinars coming up. We have a couple in October, then there's one in November and December. So please check out our website for more information about those. They're not all listed on this slide, but Julie will drop in the chat the link for those future webinars, and we're recording. So there will be a library for you all to forever return back to those. All right, so I'm going to turn it over to Nina now. And Nina, you can say a little bit more about your introduction, but I do have to add that she's also a professional cyclist. So she does a lot of really cool things. So thanks, Nina.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks, Palmer, for setting the stage and reminding us how the coalition is driving all this work forward. And yeah, now I guess I'll walk us through how each of you can leverage Great Trail State Day to bring visibility and energy to your own trail communities and trail work. For those I haven't met, my name is Nina. As Palmer mentioned, I'm also a professional cyclist, mountain biker, and gravel cyclist. I'm located in Western North Carolina, and super, thankful and happy to have helped with Year of the Trail and continue to work with the Great Trail State Coalition. So my role here is helping partners like you use Great Trail State Day as a megaphone for your trail stories. My background's in communications and trail engagement, and I've really seen firsthand how this day and these sorts of celebrations can be a launch pad for year-round impact and incentivizing people to get out on the trail, celebrate trails, volunteer, donate to trail organizations. So that being said, we've built some tools to make your job easier and to amplify the trails in your community using the Great Trails consistent branding, and particularly for Great Trails State Day. So the way that you can access our toolkit, it's free to use. You will just go to greattrailsnc.com. So I'll share my screen here. Um, Palmer, it says the host disabled attendee screen sharing, even though I am a co-host. Oh, there we go. Yep. So I'll go ahead and go to the website and I'll share that. Give me one moment. Okay, can you all see that?
Yeah.
Perfect. So, um, so this is greattrailsnc.com. You're probably all familiar with our website. So if you click right here at the top, use the brand, it will take you to this page where we have both a toolkit just for general Great Trails NC, includes all of our general logos and a lot of great resources, but then we also have a toolkit specifically for Great Trails State Day 2025. So I'll go ahead and click on that. I'm gonna share this tab instead. So this will take you to a PDF and makes it super easy to, scroll through. You're able to click on any of the links in here and it'll take you to whatever you need to download or access. So just to run through it, a little background on Great Trails State Day. It was first designated um, 2023, is that correct, Palmer? Um, and last year was our first celebration of it.
Well,
So this year,
we introduced it in 2023
yeah,
and did build some assets for it. And then last year we were supposed to go in really
it
big,
was
but
it was the first celebration, but yeah, with Hurricane Helene, it kind of looked a little bit different. But I think it was also just a way for the community to come together and, how important, really highlight how important trails are for community physically and mentally and economically and everything. So hopefully this year we can really lean into more of the joy of trails and really fully celebrating them. So this toolkit, we're inviting everyone to use it and join us in recognizing the power of trails to connect us with nature, each other, our communities, all that good stuff. So we, first and foremost, really want everyone to tag us, Great Trails NC, on our socials. So both on Instagram and Facebook, and we're happy to reshare all of your great content and highlight whatever you may be doing or planning for Great Trail State Day or just in general. Any trail work your community is doing or any new trail updates. You're also free to plan and share trail events to greattrailsnc.com. We have an events page that makes it pretty easy to submit events. Or another easy way to do this is if you have a Facebook event, you can add Great Trails NC as a co-host, and I'll go ahead and accept that invite so um, the reach goes out to our audience as well. And easiest way, honestly, is to just drop me, an email. Just send me a link to an event if it's posted on your website, and I can easily just transfer it over so it pops up on our site and directs people to register at the appropriate link, just as like one good resource to have everything there. Um, so for Great Trail State Day, we came up with this fun idea um, to kind of highlight and amplify um, it coming up and to hopefully inspire people in different ways to get out on a trail and celebrate in their own fashion. So most recently we did 7 Saturdays until Great Trail State Day, and we kind of changed the verbiage so it's weeks until, because we don't just want people to be celebrating on that day, especially given um, how busy certain state parks can get and recreational areas. So making it open so people can celebrate the day the week leading up to it or the week after. We hope that people can carry this momentum with them, not just on that day. So I think saying weeks until is also is a good swap, but nonetheless Saturday's until because it does land on Saturday. So we did a post introducing Great Trails State Day, how it started, all of that, and basically every Saturday leading up to it, we're doing a different highlight. So hopefully this will inspire people um, to make a plan for their Great Trails State Day, whether that's just hiking with their dog or inviting a friend out on the trail or a family member that maybe doesn't usually get out on the trail. Um, we're going to do a trail town spotlight. So um, some kind of town that is more so known for their trail infrastructure, that their economy is fueled by trails. I'm going to thank a trail builder, crew, or legislator funder. This is huge with the recent grant awards across North Carolina. So we're going to do just a general post recognizing the people that make trails possible. And hopefully this will incentivize people to maybe discover a trail crew in their area to either donate to or volunteer with or become engaged with, and hopefully step into doing more for the community than just enjoying the trails, but also giving back a little bit. And then two weeks before, we'll highlight some kind of trail history or culture. There's so many trails in North Carolina have so much history to them and historical significance. Trails tell stories, and those stories might look different from person to person, but I think that that's a really cool way um, to amplify Great Trail State Day and excite people for it. And then lastly, yeah, to actually planning your Great Trail State Day adventure. So whether that's an event or just celebrating on your own or getting a group of people out, um, there are so many ways to look at it and to celebrate. So really making it known that it doesn't have to look one way or another. It's up for interpretation, and it's all about just celebrating trails in the Great Trail State. So then I mentioned this before, tag us in your content, in your stories, in your posts. Feel free to add us on collaborators on relevant posts. We're happy to accept collaboration requests. Use our hashtags Great Trails NC and hashtag Great Trails State Day. That just creates a really cohesive messaging, and really amplifies that this is a day that has been designated as a celebration, a holiday. And there's some instructions on here if you're not familiar, on how to tag people in posts. We also have a YouTube channel. So if you copy and paste this link, you'll access our YouTube channel. It has some really great videos and really cool clips and stuff like that, to also share. And then yeah, we get to our logos. So this consistent branding really helps show that we're part of one statewide effort. So in using these logos, these calls to action in your posts, it really helps with the consistency, and people make the connection of okay, North Carolina is a great trail state, which has been really, really cool. So you're able to plug those in, and super easy to use. You basically just can click on any of these. Each of these logos is a clickable icon, and when you click on it, it'll take you to something similar like here, and you just on the upper right hit download, and it'll give you PNG format, transparent background, so you can just seamlessly pop it into any of your graphics or over any photos, event invites, anything like that. And there's some really, really fun icons here. I think that, they speak to a lot of different people, and they're just very engaging and colorful. And I especially love these stickers. I recently made a post about how important hydration is during the summer months, and there was I put in a graphic of a bottle, and I popped on some of these stickers as if it was like a stickered up water bottle, reusable water bottle. So thought that was kind of fun. But yeah, just a lot of different options for you to choose from. And here are just some examples of that logo usage. So there was a soccer team that had made some jerseys using the logo, which was awesome. this was with the Carolina Thread Trail and their badge program, and just looks really cohesive and um, matching the colors and everything like that. For events, you can pop on the icon to make it a little bit more subtle. Here's some other examples of logo usage. So yeah, there's just a variety of ways that you can use these logos. And yeah, Great Trail State Day is all about celebrating and connecting and trail stewardship. And again, going back to the themes at the beginning of weeks until Great Trail State Day, those are just a few that we've seen work well to inspire people to get out. So hopefully it'll get the cogs turning, inspire people to plan their own Great Trails State Day adventure. And so yeah, we hope that this is a great resource. And obviously, if you have any questions or you have an event you want us to put up on our website, um, but now I'd love to hear from all of you, and what do you already have planned, or what ideas are starting to form for Great Trail State Day, or any questions or comments?
I'd
Oh,
love
one
to,
other thing, Palmer.
yeah.
I'm gonna go back and show. Let me share again back to here. This is also a really fun resource on the same page, right underneath the Great Trail State Day toolkit. We have this really cool activity booklet. So if you click on this, download the Great Trail State Day booklet, it's something that you can print in 8.5 by 11 or complete as a PDF and then color it in there. But there's like a scavenger hunt, a build your own trail mix I thought was really fun, a trail map ad libs. So just some, and there's like another one that's like, trying to find leaves because it's going to be fall really soon. So just a really fun activity. And there's also a coloring page that's easy to download and print out. So yeah, I thought that was, I didn't want to forget to mention that.
I'm so glad you did. It's such a great new offering that we have. Again, thanks to Nina's amazing creative and beautiful graphic skills. So we're super happy to share that with you all this year. And, our goal has always been about events on Great Trail State Day. And we've encouraged people to have events ever since Year of the Trail. We've been focused on trail events. We host those events listings at our website, greattrailsnc.com. And we'll also want to say that Great Trail State Day doesn't have to be about a big event. It can be encouraging people in your community to just have a personal engagement with trails or something to explore, a suggestion about something to explore. So I think it can be a lot of different things, and it just doesn't have to be that day. I mean, it's a great time of year across the state to get out on trails. So just encouraging trail engagement throughout the month of October. But would love some, even if you're not having an event, just some social promotion about Great Trail State Day, a partnership in that. We want to lift up this day so that people across the state start to recognize it as something on the calendar that comes up. And it really is a special day to celebrate our amazing network of diverse trails across the state. So we're grateful for this opportunity and grateful to have all these resources to help you all. And they're all free. Everything we have is open source and free. It's not just limited to members. It's for anyone out there who wants to use them. So they're out there. But yeah, let's, as Nina said, we'd love to hear from you. What ideas have you had in your community, or can we help you think through something, or just share how you have used some of these resources? We'd love to hear some thoughts, and I'll start calling on people. Terry, what do you have going on in White Lake? I know you have lots of big plans, but have you thought about some activities or events?
Yes, we have a new advisory board, creation advisory board for the town, and they are working with the nonprofit to create a scavenger hunt on our sidewalk system on White Lake Drive. The nonprofit is big on education, and so there'll be stations where they learn about the flora and the fauna of Carolina Bays. We'll have chalk out at one place for them to draw their favorite scene in White Lake. They'll learn about the East Coast Greenway and the Mountain to Sea Trail, since both are on our sidewalk system. It's evolving, but I love these logos and all. I'm wondering if we can make stickers of them to hand out.
They
And the
make great
coloring book and all
stickers.
that is
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, they do make great stickers. I just got a bunch that we're taking to a conference and super fun.
Good.
Yeah, good. Well, good luck with that.
Thanks.
How about, what's that?
I said thanks.
And Mark, how about in Hickory? If you're still on, what do you have any thoughts about what y'all want to do in Hickory? You have amazing trails, including right in your downtown and a lot of good connectors out to some adjacent areas. Maybe he's left the room. Any other thoughts or ideas, or maybe something you want to do on Great Trail State Day, or Trey, how you can share this out with your partners across the state if you've thought about it?
Yeah, so that's why I'm attending. As at least you know, and maybe others know, I serve as RRS consultant for sort of Piedmont North, and so
I think Trey froze.
all the partners from Ashe County to Orange County and everywhere in between that are considering a Great Trail State or
Trey, you kind of keep going in and out. Maybe take your video off. Well, I'm gonna actually pause the recording.